You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check as I'm chess, what's happening next?
Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me, my guy Connor Mack. Connor, glad you're with us. We've had an interesting day of baseball today. Dodgers series gets evened up. We had a little bit of an interesting game in Atlanta. That game also, or that series I should say, gets evened up. But we're here to talk about the American League. And it's going to be a lot of fun, these game twos in the American League. And I'm glad they did this little scheduling thing because baseball every day until October 26th. So very fun time.
Beautiful. I fucking love it.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to break this video open by talking about Seattle, Houston, and what a game one it was. Seattle had the world in its hands. They had the world in its hands. And it all fell apart so quickly. The Astros never die. That whole time I was sitting there like, am I going to live bet the Astros? Am I going to live bet the Astros? I didn't move on it. They ended up winning. Jordan, 3-run home run. I think probability-wise or win probability-wise is the biggest swing on one swing since the Kirk Gibson home run, if you want to use those metrics. But a great job by Jordan, future World Series MVP, hopefully, as I have that bet in. So it's going to be up plus 3,000, I believe it was. So hold on, let's keep on writing that. Let's go, your daddy. But this is game two here, Connor. We've got Framber Valdez versus Luis Castillo. And if you've watched my videos before, if you've watched Say Hey Plays, you will know that I love Framber Valdez. He is my favorite pitcher in the league. He's a lefty. That makes me love him even more. He's a playoff beast. I see him dominate the playoffs every time. I even pulled up his game logs. And truthfully, it's not even as dominant as I figured in the postseason. He actually has a 4.53 ERA in the postseason, but he's got wins out the wazoo in the last 2 years. You know, it's in, let's see, the record when the Astros are pitching, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins and 2 losses record-wise for them. So he's a force, and I'm worried to go against him here. But I had this game earmarked as the Seattle Mariners win going into the series. I thought they could get the split in Houston. I even thought they might even fuck around and win game one after that big lead. I was like, wow, if they could really win that game, then and I think they can win game two, then what are they going to do? But the Astros saved themselves. I think the Mariners come back with some force here, and I think they win this game. The real question is, do I have the cojones to bet it? And I don't know if I do. The first 5 money line is what's appealing to me. So let's talk about Luis Castillo, who we all remember 7 1/3 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, no walks at Toronto. Set the tone for game one. Very interesting thing here. We obviously know these are division foes, but no starts for Luis Castillo against the Astros this year, and only 1 in his career in 2019, 6 innings, 2 earned runs there. So I'm going to be interested to see what we get from Luis Castillo here for sure, because I think he's more of a question mark than Framber Valdez, truthfully. And, you know, we've seen him pitch really well, and Framber kind of not as much as of late, but I trust Framber Valdez pitching up to the occasion here. So I think I'm going to move on Seattle, first 5, maybe full game as well. But a first 5 under 3.5 is also in my radar. It's at -120, and it seems like those first 5 unders are cashing left and right when we get these dominant pitchers. So I'm going to be interested to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on this game, Connor.
Well, a little bit of both on those first 5 unders. You know, we saw it good. Phillies, Braves was either right, and then you know, quick over with Darvish. And to go back to this game 1, Verlander, you know, gets hit hard very early. Then he settles in, but it was over by then. And I think he gave up 10 hits in just those 4 innings. But yeah, let's get to it here. You mentioned it, Castillo, phenomenal. You know what? I was going through the logs in the year. He didn't face a good lineup. It was Oakland twice, Kansas City, the Tigers, but he pitched well. Hey, it's whoever you're in front of, like you talk about. And then that great game versus the Jays, I was on him there. I thought they could get the Jays, and they did. What a crazy comeback that game 2 was. I think he'll be pretty good here. Like you talked about, the Astros just haven't seen him. If you guys have at bats, he must have done that. I'd have to go back. I kind of looked, but maybe 19.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was. Yeah, or other teams. That's the other possibility of it as well. But yeah, only one start in his career against the Astros, and I thought that was nuts.
Yeah, me too. I thought it'd at least be maybe one more. And he's been good. That's what I look to here. Obviously, first 5, we don't have a number, sidewise. But I look at the first 5 under 3.5 here. I think that's a pretty good number. I think Valdez is good. I think Castillo is good in this spot. We don't get the number. I don't know about the Mariners, Jose. I thought this would be the game too. They jump out. How demoralized is this team going to be? They are young. I mean, is this just kind of it hits the shits? They lose, or do they bounce back with Castillo on the mound? I think he could be pretty good. Obviously, the Astro lineup is very good. As much as that game twisted now, I don't want to be on him. And the number's not great. I know, first 5, it's right around 125, 130. I kind of look the other way with the Astros minus the half. It won't be out till tomorrow, that half. I mean, the first 5 right now, some books are 140, right around there. As much minus as I thought after
you saying minus 140 for the half? Wow.
Money line. No, money line. I don't have the half. I don't have the half. And I'd have to look. Usually, I'm surprised they have it out right now because the playoffs. But yeah, I just have first 5 money line Astros minus 140.
Yeah, same. I've got it minus 145, and my plus 125. I kind of did expect a little better. And I'm not 100% if I'm going to move on it right now. And unfortunately, for the video's sake, I wish I could say that's like my firm move right now. But I am going to admit if I'm going to take it, I'm going to take it only first 5, I believe, because that bullpen performance doesn't give me the shivers. It does give me the shakes. They hit all the guys too. My Munoz got hit. Paul Sewald's been steady for him. He got hit. And, I think Scott Service learned last time out, like, we're not going to throw Robbie Ray in the series anymore. We cannot throw Robbie Ray in the series, which I'm also certain starts up George Kirby for game 3, which is actually a good thing for Seattle. So that'll be at least interesting to see on that note. But I think the Mariners can win this game. And I think we can get an even series, go back to Seattle. Maybe we even have a series on our hands, but it's just Framber's a fucking dog, and this lineup is too good to confidently go against.
Exactly. That's how I feel, and I think Astros win this. They take care of it. I think they get 1 out of 2 back in Seattle, and it's over 3 or 4. With him, let's run him real quick. Like you talked about, I've always liked this guy. He seems to sometimes in the playoffs, though, I always talk about his walks, and his 2 starts were good. Back-to-back all year, those are only 2 starts. The 24th, 6 2/3, 8 3 runs, 8 Ks, 1 walk, and then he came right back the 30th. 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 7 Ks, 1 walk. Only 1 walk was good in those, but he can pitch out of pressure because he will walk people at times. I mean, he just flips that curveball multiple. He's got different sink, his slider, all that stuff, up, down. Keep them off balance. But it's good. It's a good sign, though, for the Mariners and your bet that they at least got some runs off him. Their quality start, good starts, 6 2/3 and 7 innings, but 3 earned off him. So, and not great numbers. I think it's 2 something they were hitting off him other than that, but they got to him a little bit. 205. Nobody really. Crawford 6 for 4 or 4 for 16. A few other guys 3 for 12. So that's what you got to look for, I think, if you're on the Mariners here. And I was up with you. I thought Mariners loses game 1 with Verlander. I'd come back. But now I'm like, I'm not so sure. I think I don't want full game, the under. I want the first 5. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking at there. And I think I stay off the side because we mentioned that. But I kind of look. I think they maybe could get to Castillo. He's been very good. This is be very interesting tomorrow. How he pitches, and I think he'll be pretty good. That's why I like that under here.
Yeah. Just to my final note on this game, I think if the Astros win this game, then I think they're gonna walk to the freaking World Series. I think this is a real sign of like a good team. If they can get to Castillo here when no one else has at home, everything kind of cooking right for them, I think they can cakewalk to the World Series. So I'm going to be fascinated to watch for sure.
What's been fast is real quick. I kind of want this under, which is a different because the Mariners to me are an under team, but they've hit great. They hit the Jays. They score those runs early. So I'm a little even like, I think we'll get the old Mariners, but they've been swinging it lately. So maybe
fifth. Yeah,
I could be
fifth
wrong
against
here.
lefties this month. 133 weighted runs created plus. So no, the numbers back it up too. So that's when you mentioned his 3 earned runs with Framber, that's why I'm not on the first 5 under there. So I'm like, if 6 3 earned runs, like how many of those come in the first 5 innings? And I'm expecting Luis Castillo to be perfect, which kind of honestly makes me think like maybe I should be on the first 5 over, but I'm not at that senior level capping yet, I guess.
Well, see, this is where that gives me pause too. This is where I always, I want the 4. All right, we talk about all the time, like just in case it gives the push in a playoff game. But you're right, that's what's giving me pause. I kept thinking about that tonight. That they've been scoring late, they've been swinging the bat. So can Framber kind of slow him down? So I mean, that's my lean. Yeah, the under, and I kind of lean the Astros. I'm going the other way. First 5 minus a half. If right now tonight. For tomorrow.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, it's going to be a whole lot of fun watching this game. Thank you guys for watching this first game. As always, we're going to be covering game 2 in another video right now. Yankees Guardians. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So catch us over there. Follow us on Twitter at Jose Bouquett. For Connor at ConorMacPicks. We'll be all over Pub Sports Radio. So catch us live here. Like and subscribe while you're here. Let us know what picks you're on, of course. So drop that comment while you're watching. Want to know what you guys are on because ultimately you guys make us better. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you guys soon.